Today more than ever, you hear talk about health almost every day, from news articles on the dangers of drugs and alcohol to the benefits of exercise, from information on AIDS to information on stress management. You are probably exposed to more information about health than almost any other issue, and yet most young people still don't have a good idea about their own healthy lifestyle choices. In this program, we're going to talk about developing healthy lifestyle choices. We'll give you practical advice you can really use on nutrition and diet. We'll discuss safer sex and how you can protect yourself. We'll cover the very important issue of good psychological health and how to achieve it. We'll talk about the benefits of exercise. We'll explore drugs and alcohol and how you can make the right decisions regarding these substances. And we'll talk about emotional health and where you can turn to for help on emotional issues. In the end, hopefully you'll have a good idea on ways you can improve your own lifestyle and make healthy choices in a wide variety of areas in your life. Let's begin.
You know, quite often, we don't think a lot about what we eat. And usually, we eat out of habit. We simply eat and drink the things we're most used to. Unfortunately, the things you're most familiar with may not be the things that are most healthy for you. Here are some tips on improving your nutrition. 1. Be aware of your current eating habits. The first step to improving your diet's nutrition is to make notes on paper of what you eat. Look at the list after you've worked on it for a few days, and you may be surprised at what you find. Becoming aware of your current eating habits is the first step to improving your nutrition. 2. Improve your diet. You know, it sounds weird, but food is actually fuel. Your brain, organs, and nerves need it to function properly. And how well they function is directly correlated to what kinds of foods you're eating. If you eat more foods like fresh fruit, vegetables, potatoes, and grains, you'll probably be able to think better. You'll have more energy, and you'll be less likely to get sick. A healthy diet is also very important for strong teeth and gums. If all you eat is soft, sugary foods, your gums will develop plaque, which causes tooth decay. This can lead to a mouthful of cavities and eventually tooth loss. Instead, grab a carrot stick or apple. Not only are these foods filled with vitamins and minerals, they're crisp, and eating them helps to keep gums firm and healthy. Generally speaking, foods that come from the earth often have more vitamins and minerals than refined and processed food. On the other hand, foods made with white flour, sugar, and fat usually are lacking in the very nutritional values that give you energy, strength, and health. Here's what you can do. Do a little research on nutrition. Explore the nutritional guidelines and make sure to eat and drink with nutrition in mind. Try reaching for healthier snacks. In the end, you'll probably feel a difference in how you think, how you feel, and how much energy you have. 3. Eat the right amounts. Obesity is a major problem in this country. Why? Because most Americans put a great emphasis on enjoyment when they eat instead of selecting the food they eat carefully and enjoying what they select. The result is obesity. Many studies show that our traditional 3 meals a day with a large dinner is not necessarily the healthiest way to plan our eating. Small portions eaten more frequently are easier to digest and spread your calories out more evenly. For many people, this advice is needed. Chew your food more thoroughly before swallowing. You'll enjoy your food more, be more satisfied, and help your digestion. 4. Think about why you eat. Many times, people eat not because they're hungry, but to satisfy themselves emotionally. Be aware of when you're simply grabbing food to satisfy an urge or relieve anxiety or depression. If you think you may have a problem in these regards, talk to your school counselor for advice, talk to a doctor, or get other professional advice. Eating is an important part of enjoying life. Certainly, your diet also affects every aspect of your personal enjoyment. More than ever, we're all aware of the importance of sexual responsibility. We've all heard of the risks of AIDS, as well as other sexually transmitted diseases like gonorrhea, syphilis, and herpes. But how many of us take these threats seriously? A big part of healthy lifestyles is to practice safer sex and behave responsibly in the arenas of human intimacy. Some sexually transmitted diseases can be cured with antibiotics. Others remain with a person for the rest of their life. Regardless, it's your responsibility to be sure you don't risk infection with any sexually transmitted disease. How can you get infected with AIDS? You don't just catch the HIV virus like a common cold. You have to engage in specific risky activities. Sharing needles or engaging in unprotected sexual activity will put you at risk. You have to decide for yourself, but know it's okay to be strong and avoid sexual activity. And it's your right to say no to sexual activity when you're not ready. Certainly, it's your responsibility to engage in safe sexual activity if you choose to be active. That means sex with a condom, plain and simple. Did you know that many people may be perfectly healthy physically, yet have deeper, unseen problems? Mental health is every bit as important as physical, and the two can be closely related. Let's talk about self-esteem. What do you think of yourself? Do you like yourself? Most of us have a problem with self-esteem at one time or another. This can affect everything in our life: eating habits, work habits, motivation. Improving self-esteem when it's low is as important as getting better if you're sick. Listen to yourself talk. Do you constantly put yourself down? Do you have a hard time accepting praise? Do you insult yourself all the time? The first step is to identify what you think of yourself, and then to improve your sense of self-worth. Accept yourself, the good with the bad. Think about your strengths and be proud of yourself for them. Go ahead and be proud of what you can do well. Then be honest with yourself about the things you'd like to improve. Talk to an adult and get their advice. Find a good person you can work with, discussing your problems and concerns with them. They can give you the perspective you need in order to get through your low self-image and move into feeling good about who you are. If you're suffering from depression, mood swings, or your emotions are just plain out of control, you owe it to yourself to talk to an adult you trust. The problems may be simply solved by talking them out, or the problems may indicate serious issues that you're trying to deal with, and you may want to get a little help. Mental health is one of the single most important factors in determining your success in life, so take it seriously. Start being aware of your mental health, and start taking care of it today. What do you think of when you hear the word exercise? Many of us think of jogging, working out on an exercise machine, doing repetitions, boring physical activities. As a result, many people don't get the exercise they need. Problem is, a lack of exercise can lead to all sorts of problems. Being healthy requires us to stick to a regular exercise routine. And if you think of exercise as boring or stressful, then you're less likely to stick with it. Exercise has a number of benefits. It can improve your mental health and your general attitude on life. It can increase your energy level, reduce stress, and even help stabilize your emotional health. The exercise habits you form now are going to have a lot to do with your exercise patterns as you get older. So develop a good attitude towards exercise today. It's part of a healthy lifestyle. Try exercises that are fun: bicycle riding, swimming, low-impact sports you like. There are many aerobic or dance-oriented exercise programs. If your doctor tells you that they're safe for you and that they're effective, choose one that best suits your needs. Make sure the exercise includes stretching and gets your heart rate up to a rate that your doctor tells you is appropriate for aerobic conditioning. How can you discipline yourself to exercise regularly? Well, for most people, even 10 minutes of physical exercise is a good start. How much is right for you? Get advice from a gym teacher, a doctor, or a physical instructor. Remember to take it easy at first. If you aren't used to working out, you may want to start slowly and gradually work up to your routine. Remember to carefully stretch and warm up prior to exercising. And remember to follow your instructor's advice on watching for any danger signals, shortness of breath, chest pain, and so forth. Take action as they've instructed if there's a problem. Listen to your body. Exercise does not have to be painful. You don't have to push yourself to pain to get results. And exercising to exhaustion can cause injury. Many routines suggest exercising every other day or 3 times a week instead of every day. Bottom line, consult a physician before embarking on your exercise routine. Talk to a gym teacher or coach or exercise instructor and develop a routine that's comfortable and that you can live with. Find exercise sources that work for you and make sure you enjoy them enough to stick with them. Get into the habit of exercise, starting today. The message we get regarding drugs and alcohol can be confusing. On one hand, advertisements seem to promote drinking. You may hear drugs are cool and that everyone's doing them. On the other hand, you know that drugs and alcohol are addicting and that there are severe risks with either. So how do you make a decision for the healthiest possible life? Simple. Know the facts and make the decisions that are best for you. Drugs and alcohol are bad life choices for young people, plain and simple. There are many reasons why people give in. Peer pressure, pressure from TV, magazines, even pressure from strangers. Some people drink or take drugs to try to make themselves feel better. That's because drugs affect a body's chemistry and can change a person's mood, emotions, or thinking. But bottom line is that the drugs or alcohol are in control of you, and you're only masking a problem that can be solved much more effectively with the right effort. Drugs and alcohol can have serious health effects. Your heart, liver, kidneys, all of your organs are affected when you take drugs or alcohol. And when you abuse these substances, the damage they inflict can be permanent. Drugs and alcohol can also be addicting. That means your body and mind physically need the substances just to feel okay. You're no longer in control of yourself. They are. Do you want to be in a position where your life is dictated by drugs and alcohol? If you want a healthy lifestyle, the answer is no. You've heard the adage, just say no to drugs. You first have to decide what you want to do. Live a healthy lifestyle and be the best you can be, or let the outside world tell you how to live, and give in to the pressure to abuse drugs and alcohol. Once you've made the decision yourself to say no, then it's up to you to find the best way to make it work. You can make healthy choices in life, and this means you can learn to avoid drugs and alcohol. It's up to you.
You know, whether or not you have a healthy lifestyle is entirely up to you. Make the conscious decision to improve your lifestyle and become a healthier person. You'll enjoy life more, be more productive, and make every minute more valuable. Health is by far the most precious commodity you'll ever possess, but it's not something to be taken for granted. Work to remain healthy by following some of the tips and suggestions in this program. Make the right choices in life that lead to health and growth. It's your decision, and you'll be the one who ultimately benefits. Start making healthy choices today.